Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today we're outside taking a look at the 66 CJ5 that I've been picking away at for quite a while. Took it out for a little ride today. Beautiful day. Everything fired up good. Everything's going very good with it. There's a look at the SpruceTip Green Metallic. I got some seat covers on those seats I got. Not real happy with seats for Jeeps these days, but I'll figure something out. But for now, those are real good. Spare tire carrier on the side didn't work out, so we still got to put that one on the back. And coming around this side, you see there's the tank neck sticking out from that fuel tank I built. I'm about 99% done with this. I still got to put some mats in here, and I got to put some boots around the shifters. Nothing real big. I redid the steering wheel. I just got to get a horn button in there. A lot of this was cracked and broken, and so I restored the steering wheel. And let's take a look under the hood. Okay, with the finished steering, you can see, I hope, you're going to be very close to your exhaust manifold. Make sure you take that into consideration. And if I can get you in there, you're going to be very close to your radiator, so be careful there as well. But the steering is in, it's working perfectly, and no complaints there. Much better than the original system. I am building a battery hold down. I've just started that in the shop. I don't have that finished yet, but I'll stick that on there. Have the one wire alternator in there, just feeding directly to the battery with a fuse. And the engine's running perfectly, and super happy with it. So this has a Dana 30 in the front. You know, the axles in this Jeep were pretty messed up, so the 27 I did not use. There's a 30 in the front, 410 gears, a 44 in the back, obviously 410 gears. This thing absolutely goes like crazy. Even without the overdrive engaged, it is a very fast Jeep. Like I said, I still got to put the tire carrier in the back. I did hook up, when you do this type of steering, you don't have the wire coming up, and you don't have your horn button here anymore. So, oops. There's my button right there on the dash. There's the aaah-ooh-gahhhh horn. And there it is. So I've got to get some more miles on it. I didn't get, when I got this Jeep, I did not get a registration or a title. Connecticut is kind of a pain to get things registered. So I do have all the paperwork in for a court-ordered title. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I am hoping to have a decision so I can get a title, so I can start the registration process. I'm hoping to get that pretty soon. Like I say, I just don't know how long the courts take. So let's take a peek at the dash. What I did here, took a piece of aluminum, did some engine turning on it, and what do we have? We got a fuel gauge that actually works with the sender I put in the tank. I've got a voltmeter. There is my oil pressure gauge, and my temperature gauge. You can see I just shut it off, and we're just creeping above 180. It runs about 175. I do have a, well, like the old style cigarette lighter port. And this is a USB port with a voltmeter. I think you can see, oops, that's reading 12.9, and it has an on-off switch. There is the GPS speedometer, and that is working very good. It just, you know, right out of the box works. If you just follow the directions, it'll work fine for you. I did not hook up my temperature gauge. I did not hook up my fuel gauge on this one. Like I say, I like to have my own gauges in there. Inside the glove box, I hope you can see in there, we've got a super big glove box there. I made a copper one, 12.5 inches deep there, so you could actually get stuff in this one, and we're just going to let that kind of patina naturally. And like I say, I've got to get the mats in, I've got to make the boots, and I've got to get, I think I may have to extend the shifter a little bit to be comfortable. I'm not sure. I'm going to put there's no threads on there. I'm going to push a knob on there and see if I like it, but I think I might have to extend it 3 or 4 inches to be comfortable. I did put some seat belts in here. Got some olive drab green ones. And turn signals and everything work real good. We've got the old lights on there with the stop in them, and that's just kind of stuff that I like to do. You guys that keep things original, I know it's not original stuff, but this Jeep was so bad a shape, there wasn't much left to it, so I just kind of went along with it and had fun with it, you know, with the gearing and the horn and the lights and just little things that, you know, the old hot rodders would do. So like I say, it's running perfectly. I'll get more miles on it and I'll show you some on-the-road driving when I get my plates, but for now that's what it's looking like, and hope you enjoyed the walk around. And let's see if she'll fire up nice and easy for us. Idling right at 700, and like I say, very happy with it. I think you can see we are charging at 14.6, and we can just turn that off and go over to our voltmeter, and that's working as well. So there it is. More on this Jeep coming, like I say, when I get my plates and we're on the road, and I'll show you the finished floor mats and shift boots and stuff like that as time allows. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends about the videos, trying to always get more viewers and stuff, so help me out if you can, and I will see you on the next video. And as always, thanks again for watching.